Hello friends, up to now we have discussed about deterministic finite automata, or we can say DFA. We have discussed what is DFA, what are its method of representation, that is transition table and transition diagram. We have seen how the DFAs can be drawn. Also, what is the language of DFA. Now in this lecture we will understand minimization of deterministic finite automata. We'll understand what is the need of minimization, what are the techniques available for minimization, and we will also take an example to understand the concept in a better way. So when I say minimization, it means that our objective is to reduce the number of states in the given DFA without affecting its language. Why it is required? Because we know that the automata theory is basically the foundation for developing the hardwares and softwares. More number of states means the complex DFA, and obviously if the DFA is complex, the effort required to implement in hardware or software will be more. More programming efforts will be required. That in terms, more memory will be required if the DFA structure is complex or it contains more states. So we'll try to identify if it is possible to reduce some states without affecting its language. We'll reduce the states so that minimum programming effort is required to create and use. As we see in the diagram, we have two DFA given, and we see the language for both the DFA is A oblique B plus. Here we have 3 states and here we have 2 states, and the language is same. So we can say that this DFA is optimal. By optimal I mean that this DFA contains the minimum number of states that is required for this particular language. Now here we see that this state is actually one state here is extra states. So in this lecture we have to identify how the extra states are to be removed. When I say extra states, that means the states which have no role, or we have some technical terms like unreachable states, dead states, and non-distinguishable states. If any of these 3 states are present in the DFA, we will remove from our DFA to make it minimize, to make it optimal. Unreachable states are those states which cannot be reachable from the initial state of the DFA for any input string. For example, if I have the DFA structure like this, I have one state Q1, I have one state Q2, I have one state Q3, and I am assuming that Q1 is the starting state. So this is just for understanding what is the meaning of unreachable. So if you see, in this type of DFA, we can see from Q1 we can reach to Q2, but it is not possible to reach to Q3 because there is no possible path. So actually this state is unreachable and it has no role for the language of this DFA. So it's better to remove this state. These type of states are called unreachable states. Then second we have dead states. Now dead states are those non-accepting states whose transition for every input character terminate on themselves. The meaning is, let's say I have one state Q1, one state Q2, and let's say I have one state Q3 and I have one state Q4 also. We represent the states in the circle. We assume that Q1 is the starting state and we have a transition like this. Let's say this is transition A, this is transition B, this is C, and this is D. Now we see here let's say Q4 is the final state. Now we see here we have Q1, Q2, Q3 and Q4, where if you see the Q3, on reaching to Q3 you are not able to move anywhere, but you are actually trapped at this stage, and this is also non-final states. So this type of states are called dead states, and these states have no role in defining the language of the DFA. So we try to identify and remove the states from our DFA. Then the next is non-distinguishable states. When we draw the DFA, each state must be important and should be distinguished. If we find that there are some states which are non-distinguishable from others, it is better to remove these states to make our DFA minimized. Okay, let's take one example. Let's say we have this Q1, we have one state Q2, we have one state Q3 here, and we have Q4. And let us suppose the transition from Q1 to Q2 is A and Q2 to Q4 is B. Similarly, from Q1 to Q3 is A and from Q3 to Q4 is B. Now if you look at this DFA, we can easily recognize that these transitions are same and these are not distinguished from each other. Their behavior is same. So what we do is we will eliminate either Q2 or Q3 from this DFA. So if I am going to minimize the DFA, my structure will be like this. Then the new DFA will be like this. I will merge Q2 and Q3 into one state. So the new DFA will contain the three states. So what we are doing is we are doing the minimization. So our objective is to identify, is there any state which is unreachable, is there any state which is dead or non-distinguishable. If we find any of these three type of states, we will remove from our DFA to make it minimized. So the basic idea is we will remove the unreachable states, that is the states which cannot be reached from the start state. Also we'll try to identify the dead states. We'll identify the non-distinguishable states. Now for doing this, we will build the equivalence classes among the states through one method. That method is called fixed point construction, that we will learn. Now when I say equivalent classes, let us understand that two states Q and Q dash cannot be equivalent if one is final state and other is not. So two states are said to be equivalent only if either both the states are non-final or both the states are final. Then only they are said to be equivalent. Now let us try to understand here. If from Q1 dash we can reach Q2 dash via the transition Q1A to Q2 and Q1 dash A to Q2 dash, and we know that Q2 dash cannot be equivalent, then Q1 q1 dash can also be not equivalent. The meaning of this is, for example, if I have q1, I have q1 dash. If I input a into this, and if I input a into this state, and if I am reaching here q2, and here I am reaching q2 dash, and if it is given that these are not equivalent, when I say not equivalent means this one state is final and one state is not final, or this is non-final, this is final, then these are non-equivalent. If these are non-equivalent, then these are also non-equivalent. This is the property. So we have one definition that states two states q1 and q2 are equivalent if both transition q1x and transition q2x are final states, or both of them are non-final states. Meaning is same. If we have q1 state and we read input a, I am reaching to q2. Similarly, we have q1 dash state reaching the input a and reaching to q2 dash. If these both are equivalent, then only q1 and q1 dash is equivalent. If q2 and q2 dash are not equivalent, then q1 and q1 dash are also not equivalent. Then we have to understand this important notation k equivalent. Okay, so two states q1 and q2 are k equivalent for any k greater than 0 if both transition q1x and transition q2x are final states, or both non-final states for all string x of length k or less. Okay, let us try to understand the meaning of this. Let's say we have one state q1 and one state q2, and we are reading the string w. From here also we are reading the string w, and after reading the string w, I am reaching here to qr. Let's say this is one state, and here I am reaching qp, and we assume that this string is of length k or less. So again I repeat that q1 is the state, and if I read string w reach to qr, similarly q2 is one state, and if I read w and reach to qp, if both are, let's say this is non-final, this is non-final, then this q1 and q2 are said to be k equivalent, or if both are final, then also they are said to be k equivalent. If any of the two is not equivalent, then they are also not equivalent. So now we'll see the method of minimization. We have the partitioning method or a construction method, constructive partition method to minimize the DFA. So what we do is we start with the construction of pi 0. This is the basic step, pi 0, and here we will find the 0 equivalence. Now that means in the first step we will simply identify two sets. One set is a set of final states and one set is a set of non-final states. So the first step is we are identifying a set of final states and set of non-final states. And then in second steps, what we try to identify is that the set which we have identified in step 1, is it possible to split the sets further on the basis of equivalence, and we proceed in this manner until we find that pi k equals to pi k plus 1. The moment we find that pi k equals to pi k plus 1, that means we have to stop the process and we already achieved the minimized DFA. So we will take one example to better understand this method. So one DFA is given to us. This DFA is given in the form of transition table. So here we can easily see that this DFA we have Q0 to Q7, that is 8 states are given to us, and we have two input symbols 0 and 1. So this is the transitions are given for each states, and it is to be noted that here we have, this is the starting state or initial state, and Q2 is the final state. As I told you that the first step is to identify the sets of final states and set of non-final state, that is actually pi 0. So we'll start with construction. So here actually I have taken the first set as pi 1. It doesn't matter. So here I'll start with pi 1. I have taken the two sets. This is the first step. The basic step is to identify a set of final states and set of non-final states. So we'll write Q10, Q20, where Q10 is a set of final states and Q20 is a set of non-final states. So I can write like this, that pi 1 equals to final states and non-final states. Now in the next step, my objective is to identify that this set can be further split or not. If it is possible to further split this set on the basis of equivalence, we can split it. If it is not possible, then we can say that we have achieved or arrived at the minimized DFA. Now, how to do it? For this states, we will check the transition. So I have write Q0, Q1, Q3. Now see here, note Q2 is not here because this is not belonging to this set. So I write Q0, Q1, Q3, Q4, Q5, Q6, Q7, and I have taken the transition. I have taken the transition from this transition table. So this transition I have noted. Now what I will see here is, I will see that is there any state we are reaching that not belongs to this set. So here actually Q2 is the only state which is not belonging to this set. So I will identify the transition that are reaching to Q2. So this identify, this is not reaching to this set. So here is Q2, here is Q2, and here is Q2. That means these particular transition, or I can say these Q1, Q1, Q3, Q5 and Q7, Q1, Q3, Q5 and Q7, these are not belonging to this set. It could, for these states can be further splitted because they are not equivalent. So the next step what I do is, we have identified that these states are reaching to final states, so these can be splitted from the previous set. So we will construct the phi 2, and phi 2 will be Q2, and we have this entire set is divided into two sets. Now in pi 3 construction, we will check that is it possible to further split this set and this set on the basis of equivalence. We'll check. So construction of pi 3. In pi 2 we have, see in pi 2, this is, now in pi 2 we have three elements, 1, 2, 3. So I have element 1, 2, 3, three elements are there in pi 2 set. Now we will find the transition. So Q0, Q4, Q6, I have written Q0, Q4, Q6, and Q1, Q3, Q5, Q7, and these are the transition I have written. Now to identify that the transitions are basically belonging to the same set or not, I have given the name. I have given this as A, this as B, this as C. This name I have given just to check that the transition when we are doing, we are reaching to the same set of states or different. So here we can see that Q1, Q5. So Q1 is here and Q5 is here. So I can write C, C. Q1 belongs to C and Q5 belongs to C. Now Q7, Q5. So Q7 here C and Q5 is also C. So I can write C, C. Q6, Q4. Q6 belongs to B set. So I write B, and Q4 belongs to B set only. So I write B, B. So here we can easily see that these two states actually belong to one set, and this should be separated. Means out of this set we need to split. This should be kept together, this should be separated. Now similarly here if I can see Q6, Q2. So Q6 belongs to B set, Q6 belongs to B set, and Q2 belongs to A set. So I will write AB, and we have to remember we will write BA, not AB. It makes the different significance. First is B, then is A, so we have to write BA. Q2, Q6. Q2 is here, this is A, and this is B. See here, this is different. BA and AB are different. So likewise we will find for all, and we will get like this. We will find this, we find a CC. So we identified that this should be kept together, this should be separated. Likewise when we find this transition, we have find that this is BA, BA, this should be kept together, this should be kept together. So if you see here Q3 and Q5, this Q3 and Q5 should be in one set, whereas Q1 and Q7 should be in the other set, means this set to be further splitted. Similarly in this set we have identified that this should be kept together and this should be splitted. So in pi 3 we have identified that this is pi 2, this is pi 2 and this is pi 3, and you note that this 3 element set is splitted into two sets, Q0, Q4 and Q6. Similarly this 4 element set is splitted into these two sets. So now we have pi 3. Now in the same fashion we will keep on continuing construction, and we will do it until we find that the new set is actually like this previous set which we have already find out. For example, this is pi 2, this is pi 3. If we get the same set here, that means we have to stop, and we have already achieved our minimized DFA. So now since the sets are not equal, that means we need to further split, and now we will find out pi 4. So for construction of pi 4, again what we do is, if you see here, so we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 elements in, we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 elements in pi 3 set. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 elements in pi 3 set, and we have given the name A, B, C, D, E. Now the same way we will find out Q0, Q4. This is Q0, Q4, Q1, Q7, Q1, Q7, Q3, Q5, and we find the transition. So here we find the transition Q1, Q5, Q7, Q5. Now Q1, Q5 means Q1 is here D, and Q5 is here E, D, E. And Q7 is D, and Q5 is E. That means this set cannot be further splitted. Now here we see Q6, Q2. Q6 belongs to C and Q2 belongs to A. This is also Q6, Q2. So CA, that means this set also cannot be further splitted. Likewise we can also find for this. So Q2 means AA. This is AA, and Q6 means C. Fine, C. So what we identified is, now if you see, this is already Q2, Q6 already they have splitted. You see this? This is already splitted. So now we'll see in the next page what to do. So here if we see that no further splitting is possible. No further splitting is possible, and we are getting this pi 4 equals to pi 3. So here we have to stop, and at this stage we got our minimized DFA. Actually, the meaning here is, if you see here, now these sets are cannot be further splitted. That means instead of assuming these two states, we have to take as a one state. Actually, the meaning is these states are not distinguishable. These are not distinguished with each other. That's why we have to assume there's two states as a single states. We discussed about the non-distinguishable states. So these two states are non-distinguishable, and it is to be kept together. So actually now we are having 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 states in our DFA. In the actual DFA, in the DFA which we has given, which was given in our question, let us have a look on it. This is the DFA given to us. So 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. We are having 8 states in the given DFA, but at the final, when we minimize it, we find that now we have only 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 states. So we'll make a transition table for a new DFA. So what is concluded? It is concluded here that Q0, Q4, Q1 and Q7, Q3 and Q5 are non-distinguishable state. That means we will eliminate Q4, Q7 and Q5, and we will only use Q0, Q1 and Q3 with Q4, Q7 and Q5. So we eliminate Q4, Q7, Q5 states and replace Q0, Q1 and Q3 states respectively in the transition table. So in the actual transition table, where we find Q4, just a minute. So what the states we have identified, that is Q4, Q7 and Q5. That means Q4 is state, Q5 and Q7. These states are to be removed. These states are to be removed. Just a minute. So we have to remove these states, Q4, Q6 and Q7. Q4, Q5 and Q7 we have to remove from our transition table. But we cannot simply remove it. We have to replace, wherever we are getting Q4, Q5 and Q7, we have to replace these states with Q0, Q1 and Q3. I'll show you. You see here. So because Q0 and Q4 are equivalent, so we will see the transition of Q4, Q0 and Q4 we will see, and we will write like this. Q0, Q4 is Q1, Q7. Actually, how I get this? In my main table, I will see Q0 here and Q4 somewhere here, right? In the main table. So what we do is, I will see Q0, Q4. When I read 0, where I am reaching, we will find they are reaching to Q1 and Q7. So I will write here Q1, Q7. Similarly, I will see in my original table Q0 and Q4 row I will check, and I will see that in Q01 I am reaching to Q3 and Q41 I am reaching to Q5. Similarly, I have to do for all these rows. So finally I will get my final transition table, which contains 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. This is the minimized DFA. So in the minimized DFA, we can say that also we have to keep in mind that the final state is Q2. So we keep this as a final state, and this is our starting state because it contains Q0 as it was given in our previous questions. So I hope you understood this concept well, and see you in the next lecture. Thank you.